And welcome back to Pledge Drive 2024 here at KMRE 88.3 FM in Bellingham and Whatcom County. I'm Suzanne Blaze. I'm a longtime volunteer here at KMRE, and we are live here in our new home at Whatcom Community College. We've been doing live cut-ins in the studio all day, Friday and Saturday, and today, Sunday, is the final day of our Pledge Drive. It's the only time we're doing this year. It's our first time ever doing a pledge drive, a little bit of a roller coaster, but a good one. Very exciting. We've had about 24, 25 people in the studio so far, and we expect about 10 more today. If you're tuning in to hear your favorite Sunday shows, you won't be hearing those. But our pledge drive does end tonight at 7. This is the final day again, and we're only planning one of these. So do take this moment right now and call in and pledge. Our phone number is 360-398-6150, or you can go online at kmre.org. You can pay with a credit card or a debit card or ACH if you prefer by calling us now. We are so thankful to a number of our local merchants who have provided donation gifts to us this pledge drive. One of those is Colshan Brewing. And no, I'm sorry. Yes, it is Colshan Brewing, but it's also Lewis Auto Glass. And Lewis Auto Glass is a trusted name in Bellingham, known for its dedication to quality and reliability in auto glass services. Whether it's chip repair or a full windshield replacement, their expert technicians ensure a seamless experience with top-notch competitive pricing, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. Lewis Auto Glass is the go-to destination for drivers seeking clarity and safety on the road. So our next Pledge Drive weekend guest is recovering academic and one of the founders of the Prozac Mountain Boys, Larry Sult. Larry, so good to have you in the studio today.
Pleasure to be here, Suzanne.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about the Prozacs. You guys are celebrating a momentous occasion here coming up, aren't you?
Well, we certainly are. Well, after 25 years or so playing in the Whatcom County, we're having our farewell tour, and we'll be playing at the Firehouse this Thursday at 7.
No.
Yes.
No.
Actually, it's the truth.
I reject that.
We will be hanging up our picks.
Oh, my gosh. So is it just the Firehouse, or do you have is there an actual tour?
Well, technically there's a tour. Since the Prozac Mountain Boys have been from Whatcom and Skagit County. I taught at Skagit Valley College for a long time, for 25 years, and it kind of started out of Skagit Valley College. So we feel we've serviced the two counties pretty well.
Well, so tell me a little bit about how y'all got started. You're one of the founding members. How did that all come about?
Well, it certainly started at Skagit Valley College, where I was working with Andy Friedlander, who was the head of the drama department, and I found out that he played bluegrass guitar. I'm a banjo player, as you know, and people often want to play some backup guitar for bluegrass banjo, but it's really not very easy. And Andy asked me to play, and he played like a real bluegrass guitar backup guitarist, and so I said, that's it, we've got to have a band.
Absolutely. And as you know, KMRE plays bluegrass. We play all sorts of roots and Americana music, and we play the Prozacs. We're proud to play the Prozacs.
Well, that's wonderful. We're so happy that you do.
Well, so tell me a little bit about your approach as a band to the idea of community. I mean, how has that played a part in your careers?
Well, I think that in many ways we were interested in uplifting and therapeutic music. And that's kind of where the Prozac Mountain Boys name actually comes from, because Prozac is supposed to be, well, I don't know if it's uplifting, but it's supposed to be therapeutic. And Prozac is kind of a modern concept, and the Mountain Boys is the bluegrass side of that. So it was meant to be, uplifting and therapeutic. And that's bands don't play in isolation. They play with an audience, and that's what we've always been interested in, is performing and having a good time. And, we never have taken ourselves that seriously. You can't on Prozac, I guess.
Yeah. So tell me, how important is community?
Well, community is at the center of everything. I think we're been most concerned about. There's always issues of diversity and gender equity and things like that. And we sing a number of murder songs, for example. Which is typical of mountain music. There's a tradition of that, and it's normally a guy killing a former lover, but we also sing ones about women who kill their abusers. We try to keep it even and balanced.
Well, yay!
For example, and also going along a similar line, but a little bit more positive, is that we try to break up the kind of music we play. We play traditional bluegrass, and there are people who just love traditional bluegrass, but we also play progressive bluegrass, and we play a lot of covers of the Beatles, the Stones, REM, in a bluegrass style.
Wait, you play REM in a bluegrass style?
Yeah, we do. We play
which songs?
Now I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah, but we do that kind of thing, and we've sung. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Sure,
that's of course one of theirs.
I bet that sounds great.
Oh, it does.
Bluegrass.
And it's amazing how the mandolin ends up kind of replacing the drums, and the banjo. I don't know what the banjo does, but it does the best it can in a situation like that. But I mean, the selection of the music is a reflection of the community itself. And so it's just like the Northwest. If you don't like the particular tune we're doing, just wait 5 minutes and we'll have a different one from a different genre, a little bit rhythm, 3/4 time.
Right.
That's where we live.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what's next for the music of the Prozacs? If the Prozacs as a group are sort of hanging up the picks, what is next?
Well, we don't know exactly, and one of our members has some ongoing sort of medical issues, so it's difficult for us to continue on. That doesn't mean that we won't be playing in other groups. I've played with the Red Sky Riders, which is a jam band, bluegrass jam band, or it's a little more broader. It's kind of a rhythm and bluegrass band, right?
Sure.
And Ted, who is our mandolin player, has a number of groups, including one called Cape Flattery, and he's playing with that group. I know there's another group in town that's called Flattery, but his is called Cape Flattery.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, great. And you and your wife Judith have been long supporters of KMRE Community Radio and the concept of community radio. And I'm wondering if you could maybe talk a little bit about where you see our spot in the world of community building.
Well, to me, community radio is really where radio should be going. In the midst of the kind of corporate radio that's around, and I remember going to a variety of meetings where we were talking about what was going to be on KMRE, and it included local music and local artists and interests in the Latino community, part of which I'm quite interested with, having lived in South America and speaking some Spanish. I think that's at the key, and certainly local politics. With the elections and covering those kinds of things, I remember bringing as part of the political science wing of KMRE, covering some elections, and I think that's at the center of the things that we should be doing locally to keep a vibrant community together.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Larry, for being in the studio. I really appreciate it. And then just want to remind everybody that this is our first ever pledge drive and the only one this year. So please take a moment, dig into your pocket, donate what you can before we get back to our music programming. That number is 360-398-6150. Again, any amount helps. Thank you again to Larry Sult. Happy retirement. We'll see you down the road with a banjo, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
And now let's get back to the music.